In this short presentation, we're going to be looking at how to increase your understanding of answering source-based questions in exams. So, as you know, we're using the NOPSI analysis, which, in a sense, just clearly sets out what you need for each question. So, for example, if the question is, what is the source, or what can you learn from this source? We know from previous lessons that we look at the content and the inference of the source to get our 4 or 5 marks. The other parts of NOPSI analysis are used for more detailed or developed questions, which will be covered later. So, typical questions. What can you learn from source A about why cholera spread so quickly in the 1800s? 5 marks, so you need to write 3 points about content and perhaps 1 or 2 good things about what it suggests, not what you are suggesting from the source, but what the source itself suggests. So, here's the source. Okay, it's taken from Punch magazine in 1852, A Court for King Cholera. Spend now a minute looking and making notes about the source, content of the source, pick out some key points, and what it suggests. Possibly about the street that you're looking at. 1 minute. Okay, so you've had a good minute now to have a look at that. And this is the sort of answer that you'd expect. What can you learn from source A about why cholera spread so quickly in the 1800s? Cholera spread so quickly because of the living conditions shown in the source. 1 mark for that. In this picture I can see that housing and general understanding of public health in 1852 was poor, and this allowed the disease to spread quickly. In this source I can see children playing with dead rats, again the mark, and an old woman looking through the rubbish, encouraging a breeding ground for cholera, the mark. However, this source doesn't show the main cause of cholera, infection of the water, which was discovered later by John Snow in 1854. Use your own knowledge, content, but also the source, the date, another mark there. This source suggests the poor were worst hit by this quick spreading disease. Okay, now, if we look at this, how is this source telling us they're poor? Well, they're going through the rubbish. It suggests a number of things. It suggests that, it's an area where travellers or immigrants go. It suggests it's a very busy and possibly an overpopulated area. That's another suggestion or inference. It suggests that people are trying to wash their clothing in very, very shabby conditions, leading to more unhygienic conditions. There are people here seemingly throwing out what looks like to the source some sort of urine or something from a bedpan. Children are playing with rats down the bottom of the picture, and there's even a coffin there, probably not full, but a coffin of someone there. So, and with all this and the old woman there going through, you can kind of see why this source gets you good marks. Okay. Now, this one here, clearly about, although it's a good question, it's clearly about a C grade. If you answer it this way though, you'll get a slightly better mark. So in source A I can learn that cholera was spread so quickly because of the living conditions shown in the source. 1 mark. For example, in the picture I can see that housing and general understanding of public health in 1852 was poor, and this allowed disease to spread quickly. In this source I can see children playing with dead rats and an old woman looking through the rubbish, encouraging a breeding ground for cholera. However, this source doesn't show the main infection of water, which was discovered in 1854 by John Snow. This source suggests the poor were worst hit by this quick spreading disease. And we don't add a summary because it's only a 4-mark question. But we get that extra mark here, moving up from an A to the sort of C, B grade borderline, because we've got a statement at the start of our question. This one didn't have one. What can you learn from source A? Didn't answer the question. This one does. It actually says that you can learn from source A that cholera spread quickly. So that's what you need to cover. Remember, you need a statement, supporting information, which is the black text in this, and if it's a 7, 8, 9, 10 mark question or higher, you need a short summary. In summary, this source suggests or this source shows, a quick summary restating what you've learnt, or or, or restating how you've been able to answer the question. A summary is essential, but not in these types of answers. Okay, let's now go on to more detailed analysis of understanding usefulness.